Hey there, welcome back, guys. Oh no, here we go again. Does that happen to you in the middle of the night? Well, we've got you covered. This video is going to be for those that have the Kidde smoke detectors. For me, happens every now and again, but I have a solution that should work just right for you. If you call that 1-800 at the bottom of the screen right there, they're going to tell you to do the same exact thing. They will ship you a new one, but after 3 to 4 months, because first they're going to ask you to do what I'm going to show you, and the only way to know if it's a faulty smoke detector is to basically follow their streamlined so-called protocol. So without any further ado, let's get started so that we can get you up and running so that things don't go bump like that in the middle of the night. Come. And this is the one with battery. The battery is removable. So this one you would change every, whenever they designate you to change them. This one should be pretty good. And you just follow the diagram in there that shows you how to put it in. And then make sure it goes in. Oops, see, it's not in correctly. So I didn't follow the diagram. There we go. Voila. And to take it off, turn it that way and then pull it. And then you'll see a whole bunch of wires in there. But leave those wires. What you want is that one right there. Okay, squeeze it, right? And then voila. See, it came off. Now we're going to clean it. Okay, so let's clean this and then put it back on, and I'll show you how to blow it out. So you're going to need a battery tester and of course a smoke detector. Again, this is for the Kidde, and they're going to tell you to do the same exact thing because that's how I know how to do this, because they told me to do the same thing. I was hoping to call and they'd send me a new one. No, it doesn't work like that. All right, so knowing that and moving forward, you're going to need a tester, some compressed air, which I have over there. Just compressed air, any compressed air they tell you. There's no brand name that's going to work the magic. It's just the air that's going to blow right through. Okay, so we're going to take the battery out of here. So first you want to make sure that your batteries are good. Sometimes that can cause an issue. Have a tester. Make sure your tester is set to the correct voltage. In this case I have 6 volts, 9 volt, and 12 volt. And here we have a 9 volt. So you got to make sure that this is ready for 9. And put the connectors on. This one's dead. All right. That's actually a fire hazard right there. This is smoke detector number 1, and this smoke detector is actually kept on the boiler. So just in case, because if there's an internal fire, we're not going to know because all the wires in the walls would be fried. And so, you know, always keep one near the boiler, near the gas line, and all the other fun stuff. Unplugged, and everything else in the house is wired. All right, so knowing that, moving forward, here's another battery. Hopefully we have some better experience with this fella right here. So let's see. Hold on. Just gonna make sure your connectors are correct, and it should be. Let's see what we have here. We're at 9 volt, and sometimes you just want to make sure the connectors are the way they should be. And see, voila, we're good, but you know, probably 70%. So most likely we're gonna need a new battery, but not anytime soon. Sometimes you can do that. If you get a little shock, it's okay. We've got you covered. And then you put the battery back in. Make sure it matches the diagram in there. Okay. And then it should go. Whoops. You'll hear that, but then that means like, you know, the connection worked, the battery's good, 70%. I'm not sure how many months or weeks that buys you, especially with a system like this. But now we're going to show you how to clean it out. But you want to make sure probably the battery's out of there too, because if it's hardwired, hardwired is just like this. I'll show you that in a second. It'll cause the smoke detector to go off. Let me get a can of air, compressed air. Looks like we're, whoops, see? Test button. We don't want to test it, but the compressed air will trigger it. So you want to be careful there. So I blew it, and it just blew really strongly in there. Let me get another. I think there's enough in here maybe, but we're just going to get another one. So this is what will happen if you do it. Oh, wow. See, and look at that. See, there are bugs in there. See that? So you'll have bugs, spiders living in there, trying to crawl out, get food, and on their way out, your whole system will be triggered because there's like a little sensor in there that's, you know, delicate. So in this case, I don't know. I don't really want that laying around in here. So before we blow it, we're just going to use some tape, and that will blow out cobwebs in there and any other particles that will just, we could always look that up under the microscope maybe later. All right, so then there's that. Let me, again, I'll be back and I'll show you how to blow it out. Okay, here we are, we're back. We got this one. Let's save that one for another. I got this at ShopRite. So again, nothing fancy, just regular compressed air in a smaller bottle. I keep one up there, but up here we have the carbon monoxide and gas. And here we have carbon monoxide and gas. And this one is smoke and carbon monoxide. No gas on this one, but that's okay. We're covered in this room, which is, and upstairs too, in the kitchen. All right, so what you want to do is blow in here. Blow it out there, blow out there, blow out there. And this is what they tell you to do at Kidde. And make sure the battery's not in. It could be in, but if it's connected in the wall, they're going to go off. I learned that. And you don't want it to be cold. You just want it to be like that. Just blow it, you know, and see what comes out. You might get something better than mosquitoes. You might get black widows. You might get... And then it probably pays to have two, because when it gets cold, depending on how many units you have in the house, it's going to stop working until it just, you know, resets. And you don't want that chill factor. You just want the air. See, like that. All right. See, just blow it out. Look for the sensor. A lot of dust. Oh my God, spider webs. I don't know if you can see the spider web. Let me see if I can pull it out. Yeah, a little bit. Sometimes spider webs are harder. If you get the sensor cold, it's going to go off and trigger. And then that's it. You do that for all of them. It's not going to ruin anything because you're just blowing the air out. Hopefully there won't be particles that get stuck on there. But see, voila. Blow out in there. You don't want to get dust. And then, maybe you can open that up. Get whatever's in there, and you should be good to go. And this is how you can twist it off. See? Well, that's just the smoke detector is shutting off, but this thing comes off like that. There's nothing underneath here, but some units, like the one up there, are designed a little bit differently. And then you can put it, that's how you put it on the wall, but I'll show you how to put it on the wall. And then we'll just close that. See, voila.
Test button.
Should we press it? Well, look, it even tells you which way is on and which way is off. That's kind of neat that it does that. And of course, there's an expiration date on here. So, replaced by, I think they last every 10 years, depending on the unit. This one, probably longer because it has a battery. So we just changed the battery. But there is, safety guidelines that you should follow. Let's push the test button. Let's see what that does. And this is how you can put it on. I'll show you close up before we actually go up there and put one up there and then one out there. So see how this is here? We have a little one at the top and then two on the side. And here you have one side, and then you have there. It's chirping. Is this a dud? I don't know. If it chirps like that, it usually means something's wrong too. Let's see. Then this goes like this. See that? And then you push it in. So if you hear your smoke detector chirping, it means it's time to change the batteries. And this connector might be for a different one though. So this one may or may not fit. No, it fits. See, and that's how it's usually wired in the wall. I saved this in case I want to install a new one or change the other ones. See? It's chirping because it's probably not hardwired. So you'll get that too, because the battery is supposed to be a backup. It's not supposed to be running off the battery. So that just means that, hey, help me. I need to be hardwired. And once we hardwired it in, it'll be okay. And so let's put the other one back in. We'll put this one back on the boiler, and then we'll put the other one back on out there. And so to put it back on, what you're going to need to do is find the 3 holes. See, there's one on the top, and then here it's upside down. So you're going to find one on the top and then two on the side, and then put them in like this. This one doesn't need a battery, but if you have one that does, hopefully you'll change the battery. Then you push them in like that, and it should kick in. Just remember, this one has an internal battery, okay? And then after a minute or two, it should kick in. Before we put it back into the wall, we want to make sure it turns on. So you see, the green light just flashed. Voila, so we're good to go. And then push the wires back in carefully. Make sure your hole is big enough for everything. And then push it in, right? And then turn it like that. And that should lock it, right? And then we'll find the holes. And then, there we go. Now we turned it. So this way, open, and then push in, and close. And then voila. And now, that one is back up where it needs to be. We can, whoops, we could run a little test and see, but we don't want them all to go off again. So let's see. Wait for it.
Testing. This is very loud. Press now to cancel test.
Nah, let's wake everybody up. Actually not.
Test canceled.
All right, there we go. So you get the idea. Kind of neat, huh? Now you know what to do when things go bump in the night. It's just hard to know which one to press when they do go off. Because maybe I'll press that one, maybe I'll press this one, and you know, you're just left in the panic pressing all of them, and then you're triggering one after the other, and it's like a domino effect. Let me know what you find in there. As you can see, we found this little guy. So you know, there's always something that's in there, but you get the idea. Plug it out onto the battery before you spray it. Let it adjust to room temperature in case you chilled the sensor by blowing too hard. And that's pretty much it. And then if it doesn't work out, but I would still report it to Kidde because they're going to tell you to do the same thing. And when you call them, tell them you already did it. And then they'll probably have you mark a calendar to see when it happens again. And unfortunately, they're not going to send a new one overnight like most manufacturers. Be like, okay, it doesn't work. No, you got to do these steps with it because there are some lemons out there. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Kind of neat, huh? Gotta love it. I hope this video helped you. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them down below, or ideas for other videos. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.